Hi everyone, this is Helge from Bergen City of Norway. People from the Amiga community call me Helgis. So now you know Helgis is what you would call me. Um, I don't have any presentation of Amiga stuff to show today, so I am mostly going to tell you who I am and how I started with Amiga music and pixel art at a later date for the Amiga community. Um, let's go back to the 80s. For the first time I saw the Amiga, that was Amiga 500 in 1987. I saw it in a conventional store when I was a kid. I was very impressed with the display of the Amiga 500 demonstrating a game called Chambers of Shaolin. It was very beautiful, the graphics was beautiful, 16 colors I think. The animation was incredible, to not mention the music. Absolutely beautiful music, and I was truly impressed. I thought for myself at that moment, that is what I want to do. So at a later date, one of my brothers, that one of my three brothers, long before they died, one of them bought an Amiga 500, and I remember I bought that Amiga, and uh, and I was especially impressed with the music from the Batman game. So the music was incredible. I hooked the Amiga 500 up to a hi-fi equipment with the phono pluggers, and the sound quality was absolutely cool. It was beautiful. Um, so yes, I got more and more interested in the Amiga at that time, and it was not until early 90s I got an Amiga 1200 from one of my brothers. And then I started experimenting with Amiga music. OctaMED was my favorite choice, simply because, especially from OctaMED version 5, I found the GUI, um, the user interface, very simple to understand, and I was starting carefully to learn some of the commands. But because I was so young at that time, I didn't pay so much attention to do um, so much creative things. I was mostly playing with my Amiga back then, and I didn't pay so much attention to music, photo, or pixel art. That came much later, actually, but I get back to that. Now, let's see, yes, the Amiga 1200, yes. I had that in the 90s, experimented with OctaMED. Uh, OctaMED version 5 was the first one, and then came OctaMED version 6, an improvement. I was using that as well. And then in 1997, OctaMED Sound Studio came, and I was like this, wow, I was impressed with several of the improvements, and then I was curious about the new Polar 14-byte mix mode. So I was curious, so I was thinking, wait, what is that 14-byte Amiga audio really? So I started studying it, and then I was even more impressed. So I never thought that the Polar chip could actively do a total of 14-byte audio quality, but that's because you have the 8-byte quality itself, and then you have the 6-byte volume registers. If you put them together, you get 14-byte Polar audio from the Amiga sound chip in the classic Amiga, like Amiga 500, 600, 1200, 3000, 2000, 1000, 4000, and then I had some difficult time after the 90s to say it simple. 3 of my brothers died, and I was suffering, me and my family, and I am not going into the details, but you are getting the picture. There was a lot of problems, and at the time I almost forgot about the Amiga. It was after the bankrupt of Commodore in 1994. It was a dark time for the Amiga, as we all know, for many years. Then came ESCOM. I remember that because I got a second Amiga 1200 that was actually manufactured by the German company ESCOM, who bought the Amiga after the Commodore bankrupt. But they only were running for a while, and then they went bankrupt themselves. And then you heard about Gateway. They bought the Amiga and became Amiga Inc., but they didn't develop any Amiga at all, only pieces. We know the rest, we know what happened. So I am going fast forward to those AmigaOne models. I was long gone from the Amiga scene, and I returned back in 2003. And at that time, I had an AmigaOne G3XE, and at a later date, the G4 model, and I had the pre-release version of Amiga Art 4.0. And at that time, I experimented a little more with OctaMED Sound Studio, and but it was not before 2018 I really started with OctaMED music. I bought an AmigaOne 500, the SAM 460EX in 2012. So now that Amiga NG system of mine is now nearly 12 years old, more than 11 years old. As you understand now, forgive me, Now I own an AmigaOne X5000 dual core, the 64-byte dual core version of the next generation Amiga, the most powerful Amiga on the planet. I got it from a friend last Christmas, actually, in 2022. But it had to undergo several updates and fixes. I got help with that, and it was not before nearly 4 months ago I received my updated AmigaOne X5000. So since then, I have been using my AmigaOne X5000 for 4 months now. You also see that with my contribution to the Amiga Art 2023 contest with OctaMED music, photograph, and pixel art with Personal Paint, the PowerPC native version of Personal Paint 7.3c. All of it on my AmigaOne X5000. But I get back to that as well. Let's reward a little backward about my Amiga system. Okay, let's see. Yes, I had a SAM 460EX from 2012 until now. It's played behind me beside my bed back there as a replacement if something happened to my AmigaOne X5000 or when I need to upgrade the firmware in the AmigaOne X5000. It had been told that a new U-boot version for the AmigaOne X5000 will support multi-core, so I'm likely to get that as well in a not too distant future. I am running latest Amiga Art 4.1 Final Edition Update 2 with Enhanced 2.2, shown to have the free upgrade 2.3 from AmiWest technology. AmiWest technology. So, yeah. But it was in 2018 I got serious with Amiga music. Most of you already have followed me from then and saw and heard my improvement with Amiga music since 2018. So I have been spending nearly 5 years doing Amiga music at a serious level. I have learned to master most of the unique effect commands in OctaMED Sound Studio. I am going to explain how I am able to use OctaMED Sound Studio version 1.03c, the NSM patches version on my AmigaOne X5000. I could do the same on my old SAM 460EX as well. It's because I am using a tool called the Matrix, which directs the audio into the AHI audio subsystem. It allows my AmigaOne X5000 to emulate on old Maestro Pro 16-byte sound card, which OctaMED Sound Studio recognize and plays audio with. So I am able to do that with those tools and the tracker program itself. So that is really possible to actively use OctaMED Sound Studio on a next generation Amiga hardware and emulate one of those supported sound cards in the OctaMED Sound Studio. A new version of OctaMED Sound Studio, more likely to be called MED Sound Studio version 2, is under development by AmigaOne technology, mostly based on enhancer components. It's to be PowerPC native, and it's absolutely going to support AHI. That means you can choose whatever audio system you have on your Amiga that is also supported by AHI. So that is a very good thing. I actually saw a display of the new version on the AmiWest 2021. I saw a screenshot of the alpha status of the new MED Sound Studio version 2 for the AmigaOS 4 platform. I don't know when it will be completed. Possible next year. Development has been a little bit slow, as we all know, because there are too few developers. The interest has not been so great as it was in the golden era of the Amiga, that was the 80s and the 90s. But hopefully developers and producers of today will increase the interest in the Amiga and start developing and producing more for the Amiga as more they get interested into the Amiga even today of 2023. Okay, so now you know that I went into Amiga music completely, at least from 2018, and that I am using a next generation Amiga system like the AmigaOne X5000 to produce my Amiga music with OctaMED Sound Studio. As several of you probably also know, is that already early 2023 I choose to improve the Amiga music of the game Last Ninja 2. And I believe I did that with a great success, that I actually managed to improve much of those iconic Last Ninja 2 music. So you can actually hear them both on YouTube on my channel called HKUALHI, Qualhair. You get the picture, but just call me Helgis. That is much easier. But you find that channel on my YouTube account, my YouTube channel, and there are a couple of playlists on my channel. One of them you will find Last Ninja 2 Amiga Music, and there are others, of course, and even my personal Amiga Music as well. I have contributed a lot to the Amiga Art 2023 contest that is still going, and it's likely to close in November 11th. I remember that I believe it was in February 2023, this year, that I contributed my Last Ninja 2 music, Amiga music, to the contest. I sent them all in to Douglas Compton, the man behind the contest, and yeah, and then I started working on my first new personal Amiga music for the contest. The first release was Moonlight Watch, a 6-channel in mix mode in full 16:9 quality, a unique waltz, but very realistic and a very good one. And it was also the first Amiga cover I painted, the very first painting I did, also for the contest. And since then I have been releasing more and more music, and also improved my painting in personal paint. As you already know, the PowerPC native version of personal paint 7.3c on my AmigaOne X5000. So yes, Moonlight was my first personal Amiga track for 2023. Then came Afterlife, an ambient 7-channel track. A nice one, nothing special really, but atmospheric, really nice one. And then after that came 2 versions of Lady in Blue. Yeah, that's funny. I simply called it Lady in Blue because it was to be blues influenced. So I made 2 versions of that. The first one was a jazz blues version of Lady in Blue, 8-channel. And that was surprisingly very well done, actually. Maybe a little boring, but it sounds professional, it sounds really, really great. And I even improved my drawing with those covers. You already possibly saw that with the Afterlife cover for that ambient track. It was done in 64 colors, completely drawn by myself. I did all the drawing. I spent possibly about a week on that one. And then I painted the Lady in Blue covers. They were in 32 colors, if I am not mistaken. I spent many days on that, and it was quite challenging, but extremely fun. Yeah, Lady in Blue. Yes, I had two versions, and the other version was a 4-channel blues funk version of the track, and that was a very cool track I did myself, especially pretending to play the guitar and the riffs. They were truly realistic because I was using the effect for that. You might have heard about commands like 4XX or 14XX. They are very much the same, but the 14 is a nicer vibration command, which is ideal for guitar samples. So I used that, and I made a quite realistic, impressive play with those guitar samples for that track. So a very nice track, really. And then after that came, let's see now, what was the next one? Yeah, I think it was actually Crazy World. And this was Unique, a punk rock, four channels, if I am not mistaken, 4 channels, 16-byte punk rock. The Amiga was of the Simpson family. I admire that I found the Amiga of the Simpson family for free on the net. As you understand, it's completely legal, and I simply asked Douglas about that in the group, if that was okay, and he said yes, as long as it was for free and that you are honest about it. So I choose to be honest about that the image itself was not drawn by me, but I put the colors on it and adjusted the background of the cover for Crazy World Amiga track that I did. I used only 8 colors for that Amiga World, for that Crazy World Amiga cover, and that was quite impressive. Only 8 colors, and it looked like a punk rock scenery, which is quite impressive by itself. So now you know that Amiga track was Crazy World, not Amiga World. That was wrong. Forget about that. After that, I of course did, yes, and this is even more impressive. The reggae track Sunrise, 4 channels, 16-byte, incredible, stunning reggae music, and I was actually doing a little bit singing, yes, singing into that track. I recorded my voice singing with my mobile, a Huawei 2019 smartphone. So I found an application called Voice Recorder. So I recorded the voice of mine to the mobile with a microphone named Boya. I have a Boya microphone that worked very well. It's actually connected to my mobile right now as I speak into this video. So yes, I was using a microphone and I was singing some short phrases of sunrise. Then recorded it to the mobile, and I sent it to myself through email to edit it on the PC with a free application called Audacity. So from there I was fine-tuning the samples and added chorus to it, and then brought it back to my AmigaOne X5000 and completed the edition in OctaMED Sound Studio and improved the chorus a little bit. And I can tell you the result was truly impressive. So it actually hears like like an ordinary track itself, with some singing, but very impressive visual of the cover I painted with 16 vibrant colors. I remember Douglas Compton, my painting of the sunrise Amiga cover for the contest, and he said the 16 colors I used were truly vibrant, very vibrant, very colorful, and liveful colors. So it was very impressive, and it didn't stop there. After the reggae track, I did the Falling Leaves 8-channel Amiga track, a synth pop version of the track. The track was a little complicated, challenging, but I managed to make a really great result, because with the 8 channels, I used 3 of them for a chorus effect for one of the instruments, as you could hear from that track. I also painted that cover completely by myself using 32 colors. So I did that. It was very nicely drawn. I spent a couple of days on that one, and the result became truly impressive. After that, of course, I released the Vampire Lovers, and that became a Unique jazz waltz, which is quite rare as Amiga music, but I actually did a jazz waltz track of Vampire Lovers, and I painted the cover almost completely by myself, except the image again was picked for free from the net, but I colored it and added those visual effects in the background using 64 colors in personal paint. And I believe that is probably one of my best covers I have done at the moment. Despite that, the image of the vampires themselves is it's not really drawn by me, but picked for free on the net. But at least I did all the coloring, and that was brilliant, really beautiful, really. I have to say that myself. I was looking at my own cover and I just thought, wow, incredible, beautiful, and I'm very proud and very happy about that. As well as the track became really great, I released all of them on YouTube. They got a really good rating, so truly incredible. And now I am working on, I'm working on my next release for Halloween actually. That are two tracks I am going to do. One is Freaks. I already painted an 8-color cover of Freaks. I am also going to paint the cover for another track called Nightmare. But I am focusing on Freaks right now, and I hope to have both tracks ready for Halloween. That is tomorrow. So finger crosses for that. So now you know my background story, you know who I am, you know how I went into Amiga music. I forgot to mention photographing, but I got interested in photographing since 2008. So I am using a Linux-like application that works on my AmigaOne X5000 through an environment called AmiWest. So that application is a clone of Photoshop called GIMP. So I am using that to edit my photographs, and I have sent a couple of them to the Amiga Art 2023 contest as well. I have been using a couple of tricks like reducing the colors to even 4, 6, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256 colors, all of them depending on the photograph itself. Of course, I could have painted them more Amiga alike, but I didn't do that at this moment. But yeah, I am a photographer myself, a hobby photographer. I love taking pictures, especially of nature and showing portraits, and yeah. And now you know that I am improving my pixel art with personal paint. I find that very exciting. I love to do it, and I'm very proud of what I am doing. And before I'm closing this video, I would like to thank Douglas Compton for mentioning me on AmiWest 2023 when he was introducing the Amiga Art 2023 contest. So I am very, very honored and grateful for that. So I thank all of you for supporting me and accepting me, and I look forward to do more Amiga music, pixel art, and photograph as well, as much as I can and as long as I can do it. So I'm very happy for that, and so thank you everyone, and thank you for watching this video, and God bless all of you. Good luck with the Amiga Art 2023 contest, and I motivate every one of you to do the same, to contribute and having fun with your Amiga system and doing the best you can, bring it up to the Amiga Art and whatever Amiga stuff and groups. So don't stop doing that. Should do that. Be creative. Even develop for the Amiga, produce for the Amiga, and don't stop doing that, because Amiga is all about having fun, and that's the point with the Amiga activity, because without the Amiga there is no fun. I know what I'm talking about. I grew up with the Amiga. I love the Amiga. I will never stop using the Amiga. I will always be using the Amiga as long as I live, and I'm proud of that. Amiga is part of my life and always will. Wow, this has been a very long video, 41 minutes of the video, so I think we are closing down now, and I would like to say thank you everyone for watching this video. This is my presentation. I hope you like it. So I see you in another video later. Take care. Peace everyone. Goodbye then.